From Belton's Tiger Field, where number 2 UMHB took on number 6 Wesley in a rematch from their match early on in the year as UMHB traveled up to Wesley. Wesley returned the favor this time, looked to come back and even the score on the season. UMHB stopped Wesley on their first drive 3 and out. Bailey took the ball, started the drive. It led to a pooch punt later on that drive, and they pinned Wesley back on the 4-yard line. A couple plays later, Wesley fumbled the ball. UMHB tackled him in the end zone, got the safety there, giving it a 2-0 lead for the Crew. Later on, Bailey hit Ross, giving the Crew a 9-0 lead. Later on, Sauterlaire hit Kudosu for a 46-yard touchdown, drawing that score to 9-7. The teams went back and forth several times. After a block punt for UMHB, they fumbled on the very first play, and Wesley was able to get the ball back, and after a couple of scores, Wesley took the halftime lead 17-12. UMHB had that blocked punt. They were driving, looked like they were going to do something, but that fumble right after the blocked punt really took the wind out of their sails, and Wesley was able to capitalize on that as the momentum turned. Going into the second half, UMHB started with the ball, and but a failed drive and a blocked field goal continued the score at 17-12. Later on, Bailey and Wilson got together and hooked up for a swing pass, and that drove the score to 18-17 as the PAT was missed. Later on, there was an interception late in the third by Maldonado, which gave the Crew ball at the 49. Later on that drive, in a crazy play, what looked like Ladero going down for a sack, he pitched the ball to Caleb Moore in the end zone, and that gave UMHB the score, making it 25-17 Crew. Later on, a blocked field goal for UMHB and a run back for touchdown was waved off when the official said that a Crew player intentionally kicked the ball, and the fans were going crazy. Coach Fred was giving them his all, but the ball did go back to Wesley. They retried the field goal attempt and got it, making it 25-20. Bailey later on to Moore again, 32-20 UMHB, and that took our final to 32-20 as UMHB pulls out the win. On the day, Bailey threw for 195 yards and 4 touchdowns, did have the 1 fumble. Elijah Hudson, 17 rushes for 103 yards, was really running the ball hard all day long. Caleb Moore, 4 receptions, 31 yards, 2 touchdowns. Darius Wilson, 2 receptions, 29 yards and a touchdown. John Ross also added a touchdown. Javitz Jones, leading tackler for the Crew, with 10. For Wesley, Sauterlaire had 253 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Skia Jihad had 86 yards and a touchdown, and Kudosu had 52 yards and a touchdown. So, UMHB and Mount Union will meet up again, most likely in Alliance, Ohio, as they replay their match from 2004. UMHB looks to go up and pull up the upset again, as they did in 2004. And for my final D3Football.com report, this is Chad Hammonds. I hope to see this on D3Football.com.